Okay, so that is most excellent. It works, and it works well. But not well enough, as it is not in the best condition. And let's do something about that. Ah yes, taking apart a hot engine is most ideal. What the is going on here? Well then, gentlemen, we might have an issue here. The whistle has basically come apart. Ah, shit. Well then, that is not good. However, it just seems like I just need to put that spring in. Okay, so that is another thing on the list. The loud thing isn't very loud anymore. Okay, let's return the 45's safety valve to the 45. I'll use it. While tipping the water out, this little thing came out. It is a bolt, a nut of some sort, very tiny, very baby, that is going into the special box of bits. This box. And this water is going to go. Look at that color. That is awful. Okay. Dismantling is being commenced. Okay. So, take off these. If I had the instructions and then try and work out how they used to take it apart, that would be most excellent. But I don't have that privilege now, so I will just have to improvise. That's my special ability, improvisation. Okay. Now, I think next step is take the naked grub screw out. Okay. Just gonna push that out like that. Wish I had rags. And that is the crankshaft. That's going to the box of bits that needs to be repaired. And then we're gonna take out these, as I need to take out the engine bracket. It's rather concerning how loose these bits and pieces are. Very concerning. Okay. Now we can shift our focus to here. Hopefully, it should just slide out. That's what she said. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Oh well, that's interesting. That's also going into that box of bits and pieces. And this bracket that also needs repairing is going into the box of bits and pieces. This needs repairing. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Okay, now to get the boiler off. That's going to be an interesting one. I think do I have to? I'm gonna have to take off the sight glass. Oh well, need to wash off the gauge glass anyway. Okay, so without dropping the front again, I'm gonna try and rip this off just to make it tight again. I'll just get some Pratley steel and put that on. Where did I put my screwdriver? Found it. Okay. This is the rather sketchy part. I'm going to put this whole assembly into another little tub so that it doesn't get lost and mixed up and cracked with other bits and pieces. Okay. Okay, that's the gauge glass. I should just slide out. Okay. I don't think it wants to. There we go. Okay. The firebox and the boiler is very much apart. We'll put this aside for now. I think these are washers. No, they're bushings. Interesting. Okay, the gauge glass. I am going to put them in here, as I believe it would be the safest. This will be a later project, as well. I still need to clean it up. I'm concerned about that seal that's at the front. I'm not sure how valid it will be. Okay, now we come to the front here. We need to take out this assembly in here. Now, usually this would be tightened on, but somewhere between, I assume, the 1990s and 2 days ago, no, sorry, yesterday, it very much came apart. So we're using this as a spanner. Do tell me how I can assemble these two back together. My plan is to use Pratley steel or JB Weld or whatever, but do tell me another method that I can do. I'm just gonna clean this. Now everything's oily. The front lettering here, I'm gonna repaint into a gold paint, the same that I did on 86's headlamp. Here's a picture of me putting the lettering on. Okay, the boiler is disassembled. This piece we can just put the spring like that and the nut like that. Be a good fitter. And put things together while you take it off. Okay, as far as this goes, I think we're finished. I'm not sure what I'll do about this. If it falls off, I'll shift my attention to this. But for the time being, this is going onto my shelf of things that need to be cleaned up. Now I come to the firebox. As for the wheels, I think I'll just leave it on there. Okay, I'm just gonna tighten the bits and pieces on, and then we can, yeah. Okay, we are back with the microphone. Welcome back. Okay. So, for a very simple job, this took very long, very forever. This one's stripped. Whoever assembled this kit didn't know what they were doing. And the rest were almost impossible to get back in. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is going to take this to the wire wheel and wire wheel them. If you will concentrate, please. I should have probably done this when they were taken out. Every single one was taken out, except the stripped one. So I'm going to try and see if I can wire wheel it without marking the paint. I might actually just leave the paint. It looks old, but I like that. I like the old look of it. I want to try and keep it original. So I'm just going to quickly wire wheel the paint off the bolts here. They're brass, by the way. Now that the bolts are brighter than my future, we can divert our attention to the boiler. Why won't you concentrate? Okay, so this part is finished. Let's put this onto the rack of things that are completed. Okay, here we are with the boiler. Not much really to do. I'm just going to clean off all the soot and chuck this into a into a bowl of vinegar, I suppose. Saying that sounds very funny indeed. The reason why I'm throwing it into vinegar is just to get all the chacha bits out and some potential scale. Let's actually get some light in there, see how the boiler is doing. Yeah, boiler looks almost new. Almost. It's the next day. Not really, I lied to you. But it's the next day. Here we are with the boiler. It looks better. I'm trying not to like polish it, as I like the old look of it. So this is okay for now. This is going onto the rack of things that I've done. So yeah, on to the next job. I think the responsible thing would be to now just assemble the boiler and the firebox together, just to make less things rolling around. Okay, here we are. This contraption, I'm just going to line up those two holes. I still need to clean up these two bolts. Just hold on quickly. Okay, so after having a little oopsie and being on my hands and knees for an hour, taking those things to a wire wheel is a very bad idea. Don't do what I did. What happened was I chucked it into the wire wheel, held the first one really tightly because I knew if the thing grabbed and it launches the bolt, I would probably never see it again. The first one goes well, and then I come to the second. It grabs it grabs the nut and the bolt, and the bolt goes flying. And the first thing that I then said was, shit. Not like in panic, just, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Why did I continue? And, well, I went looking for it for a few minutes, couldn't find it. I think, oh shit, now what? I went looking through my bits and pieces, trying to find this very specific size bolt. Can't find a size. I looked for other like material bolts. No find. And I think, well, shit, now what? And I was like, okay, do I re-tap it or what? Because without that bolt, this boiler won't be held on tightly. And I thought, screw it, let me just find this bolt. An hour later, I found it. Tucked away in a little corner, waiting for me very patiently. Like a little soup can in a, I don't know, in a soup rack during an apocalypse, just waiting to be eaten. Okay, so now that we have this thing tightened up, we can shift our focus onto the engine frame, which is the part that's on top of here. Now we have the engine frame. Very exciting. Why am I supposed to be repairing this? Well, because, sometime this thing got dropped. Like when I was 7. No, not 7, 3. As you can see, rather bent. That's an easy fix. Just take needle nose pliers and firm but gently. Just take it like so. You can see that is a lot better. How straight is it? Yeah, straight enough. Okay. That deems this part complete. So, onto the, not sure. Do I put it back on? No, I still need to sort out the crank. I think I know what I'm going to do with this, because this is rather wobbly. Got it sorted out to a certain extent. Just tapped it all, just a little bit all around, so it's spinning a little bit better, but won't be perfect, I don't think. Okay, put the nut on the main stem. Don't lose it. That is a very important piece. And Mamod don't exist no more, so you can't find replacements. Okay, place. Well, sort of. Still need to. What the hell is going on? Why aren't you sitting flush? There we go. I think there's like a rubber seal where the main steam goes into, because it has a little bit of resistance. Okay, now we can do that. It's more of a, I wouldn't say sympathetic restoration. It's not a restoration. I just needed to tighten up a few things, and yeah, just make sure that all just works as intended. Just clean it up slightly. I'm just going to tighten these two up with my smaller screwdriver, just to not hurt the bolts. Okay. Now that that's sorted, let's shift our focus to the water-side glass. Here it is. Don't drop like that, please. Eesh, that seal is tired. Very crunchy. Oh my. This is plastic. This is a plastic water-side glass. I did not expect that. That took me by surprise. How long is that going to last? That's going to explode on me. Probably not. I'm being dramatic, but that is interesting. I wouldn't think that they would do something like that. Just going to take a little bit of methylated spirits on my finger, like so. Was that just permanently greened? No, it's coming off. Don't like how that's turning white. I probably shouldn't have done that, because it's flipping plastic. I'm sorry, I'm getting cross. I just don't get how you can do that. Or rather, let me put it this way. I didn't know you can do that. It's not perfect, but it's plastic. I'm not going to let it go now, because it's genuinely bothering me now. Okay, I'm going to have to shut down the video for now, just to get the side glass on. The plastic one. The plastic water side glass is now on. We can now shift our focus to the crankshaft and flywheel. Oh yeah, still have to sort out the flywheel situation. Okay, that just slides in like so. Just press that open like that, put that in that position. And just don't force it. Okay, there we go. Okay, now the interesting part. What do I do about the grub screw? Okay, that's on. It's still a bit wobbly, but I think it's better. Let's get the big end on to the crank. All people on YouTube, please don't scream at me. I'm learning. Okay. Steam engine is officially back on. I'll just give it a little drink. The non-existent bearings, as it's drier than a Sahara desert. And there we go. The engine is serviced and is in running order. To a certain extent, though. Now, this is a little bit of a funny position. Engine on its head, or nose, or whatever. Smoke box. We are gonna. I'm not sure whether I should fit this again or not, because I still need to sort out fitting it back to the front wheels. What material is this? I might be able to solder this back together. Hold on. After a lot of umming and ahhing, I sort of fixed it. A little bit of soft solder. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last, honestly, because it's not the tightest joint. However, it works, and it works for the time being. For now, I need to get the steering mechanism sorted out. However, that is an easy case of just putting the engine like upside down. What you do is you want to put the nut at the bottom here, and then the spring. I'm gonna have to do that off camera. And there we go. Front wheels are applied, and yeah, I just need to sort out the safety valve and get a drive band, then we're pretty much set. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I think tap it and put spring and make a calibration system onto the 45, and the whistle, I still need to sort that out. Give me 5 minutes. And just like that, I fixed it. That was surprisingly easy. Now, it still has some Teflon on it. I do not intend to take this part off again. So I'm just going to tighten it and make it fuss. Oh, I still need to make a thingy for the pulling bit. The safety valve is one of those things I'll have to sort out some other time. Let's just use the 45's safety valve for now. And let's steam this baby up.